Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday, exactly 1 week before we get the official release of 2XKO on consoles, and with that a new season, and of course Caitlyn is going to be coming in that. And with that, we got a trailer. It is literally 1 week before, so of course we get the trailer for Caitlyn with the gameplay reveal. Before we get into it, I just want to point out something I did notice in this trailer. You see how Darius is wanted here as we're going to be loading up into Caitlyn's gameplay. In her gameplay, not the gameplay reveal trailer, but the character reveal for Game Awards, it was Vi that was on this poster. And because Darius is the person that she's facing against in the first part of this trailer, I imagine that this wanted poster is always going to be a part of her, stage intro. If you're playing it to Caitlyn, you're always going to see this wanted poster, and it's always going to be against the point character you're playing against. Like, if I'm playing against Warwick on point, I'm going to see Warwick on the wanted poster. So I think that's just a really cool detail. Just wanted to point it out. Also, just going to point out a few things to this channel. There will be a new Marvel Tokon Lab video on Friday. I did slack a little bit with Black Panther, but I'm going to try to pick up the pace. Plus a new 2XKO series I'm trying to debut on the same day that Caitlyn is going to be launching on the 20th. So look forward to that. And for my commentary stuff, I should be having my brand new demo reel, because the one I currently have out right now isn't really, conveying that I want to be the king of the new tag era that we're currently seeing in the FGC. So need a new reel for that. But either way, I kind of just want to go through the trailer live with you guys and kind of want to go through how Caitlyn's going to be playing. She is going to be a zoner like Jinx, like Teemo, but I think she plays a lot differently. I saw bits and pieces of her moveset and of course this trailer. I literally just got back from college. I live like 2 hours away from my campus and I've been there all day. And I currently have a cast in about half an hour. So without further ado, let's get into the trailer.
Sheriff Kerriman,
already starting off,
target.
It's the same intro that we saw before, and you can see we have this. I do want to point this out because this is going to be nasty. All right, she has a back roll as a zoner, which she can do a shot into a Rekashiri shot. I think this is going to be especially nasty. Say if you have an assist character that can wheel out a shot or a projectile. Jinx is a really good example of this. Being able to set that up and allow Caitlyn to just back roll and be able to get more shots off too, covering the screen, is going to be absolutely nasty. And of course, she also has this anti-air shot. I'm pretty sure this is down S1, if I remember correctly. Down S1, she's able to do an anti-air shot, and of course Rekashiri, she's able to go forward and do another shot, which does wall bounce in the air. So this is going to be a really good way to anti-air somebody, because if you're able to anti-air with Caitlyn, easy OTG set, easy Oki. You don't even need to think about it. Also, we can kind of see this Piltover stage. I feel like it's very fitting that the Piltover stage comes with Caitlyn and not Vi, since Vi still has a lot of origins in Zaun, even if she's technically a Piltover character. But Caitlyn is all Piltover, so
Consider this your warning shot.
Being able to jump over that, and she also can do the shot into the Rekashiri shot in the air. So she has a lot of different angles that she can work with. And she also has traps. Yeah, she is another trap zoner, but more set play based, I'd say. And yeah, this cupcake, the enticing trap, actually stuns you. As you see there, Ari's just kind of sitting there for a while, enough for Caitlyn to just hit her with the end of the gun. So unfortunate for her there. And because of that, I feel like being able to set up, and we'll see later in the trailer how easily we can set up that trap. It's gonna be devastating. And this too. Oh, we gotta talk about that. The flip kick. The worst thing is that's a command normal. That is command normal. I'm pretty sure it's like 6H if I remember off the top of my head. Could be wrong, but still, it's not tied to her special buttons. It's tied to heavy. She can do this flip kick, and it side switches the opponent. And as you can see, it's so easy to follow up with her anti-air shot. If you shoot again, you can wall bounce. You can wall bounce off the flip kick so easily, which I think is absolutely nasty. And you can set up, You could set up the enticing trap right behind her. Kind of similar to, funnily enough, how Ari likes to set up her mines when you're knocked down, when you're recovering on wake up. It's really good for OTG setup, or at least seems that way. And that is into the fray, which I'm pretty sure is Rekka out of, like, if we see here, she does it really quick, but I'm pretty sure you set up a shot. But before you do that, you go into the fray, aka do this slide, which again has a perfect angle for enticing trap. And then there's that. What you just saw there. No, she didn't like jump and do like a JM or a JH there. That is a command hop. That is like a little DP move she has that shoots on the ground. That is it, and we'll see later just how nasty it is. And it ground bounces, so she's able to shoot from the air, does another shot. That's enough for a limit strike. Oh, yeah, no, she's got sauce. She's got sauce. I thought I wouldn't like her, but she has got sauce. She's about to get more sauce too. Look, you can see right here what we're gearing up towards as Vi is going with the footwork. Roll on him. And the roll completely misses the jab that Vi is coming in with too. So yeah, she can roll forwards and backwards, which means she can easily set up with the side switch and just go for a throw. This isn't a command grab or anything. This is just a straight up throw, but damn, it does a dunk on her own girl. It's kind of crazy. Even crazier is how easy the enticing trap seems to be set up. You can see a rapid slash trying to come through from Yasuo over here, but Caitlyn's in another dimension, just setting up her trap, which, again, stuns the everlasting hell out of Yasuo. Goes into the fray. And right there. That's another thing, too, of her shots. You can aim them. Her going down like that, it's not like a different input or anything. You can just straight up aim your gun. As your, it'll be easier to see later on the trailer with another move, but yes, you can aim your gun. It's not auto target or anything like that. No hit scan over here. We don't got anything like Happy Chaos, thank the Lord. But yeah, she could follow up into the Rekka series for another shot, which of course wall bounces, and she does that sort of flip to be able to that. She has this air move where if she connects this. It's a little axe kick that puts you on the other side. Now right here, she just does the simple, 1-2 shots on the ground, but you'll see later how bad that move is going to be. I feel like Caitlyn is going to be carried by that move for one specific setup that we see later on in the trailer, and it terrifies me. Alright, starting off here, you see Tentacles get set up, trying to do the classic Alawi overhead, gets shot though, gets put into the enticing trap. And here we have another trap coming out. I forgot the name of it exactly. I apologize for that. But I can tell you right now that that move is going to be absolutely devastating. Like, I am not looking forward to it. I'm also not looking it up on Google right now. You can't prove anything. Yes, that is a bola. And this, you see, we just stunned Alawi with the enticing trap. Hit her with the bola. She is tangled. She's trapped again. She is stuck in a whirlwind. She's stuck in a tornado. So you could trap on traps. And you see that's easy setup. You get the flip. And this is her S1 super, which, as I said before, look at that. Like, you're literally just aiming this shot. It's much more easier to convey them. Now we got another situation with Blitzcrank. You grappled in. He's probably about to do his command grab. Literally hop up. That's that command hop that I was talking about before. So she's able to set that up, able to get that hop kick in, and from there able to shoot twice again for the wall bounce. Now he's trying to flip in, and then boom, solid anti-air there. Able to get that. Able to get it on the enticing trap, and of course set up for Vi. This is hell on earth. This is her S2 super, aka we just brought Aegis Reflector back. It's about to be nasty. Like, if you saw my most recent podcast episode, which I promised is coming back in 2026, later this month, for Speak Versus, me and Ashervox podcast on Invincible Versus, we talked a little bit about Urian's Aegis Reflector, mainly because it's coming back with Elemental and some of the rock walls she could set up, and this is even worse, as it's a giant shield that slowly goes towards Blitzcrank that you can also just shoot through with your shots, which guarantees electricity, and of course you can do that 3 separate times. You can see that happening on a second time, and you still have a charge on the shield at the bottom there, which that is going to be bad. But then we get into, you know, we're on the Firelight stage, and we have the other Caitlyn skin that I imagine will be at launch. This is based on her appearance in Arcane. Great show, by the way. I'm also happy that developers confirmed that there are no more Arcane champions, at least for a while. We're a little bit overrun with Piltover / Zon champions, so it's gonna be nice seeing the rest of the world of Runeterra, even though I absolutely love Piltover and Zon. I mean, my team's Vi Warwick, but I'd love to see some more champions in here. But here's where we get to some truly nasty stuff. Starting off, Warwick trying to get in there on the Arcane skin too, might I add. Starting out, you know, being able to call in Vi. I love this. Being able to call your assist too while you roll on the opposite side. What I love to do with Vi Warwick is being able to call in Vi, try to get up a block string, call in a Warwick assist, and being able to footwork to the other side in order to get a pincer started, going for either the 6H overhead if Warwick doesn't work, or trying to go for a low, doing constant high-low / left-right mix-ups. And it looks like the same spirit will be carrying on with Caitlyn because she's able to roll. You already got Vi setting up the vault breaker on the left side. You know, she goes in for it, try to go on the low, and then goes straight into the tactical dive, that command hop. And as you see too, it hits as Warwick was crouching on the low. I'll play it back so you can see more clearly. I know I'm going through it very fast. I'm just excited for this. You know, we're crouching on the low, trying to block, and then boom, gets it. So the tactical dive is also an overhead, as we can clearly see from that little snippet. And from there, it ground bounces. We switch back into Vi for then blows. And then this is what I was talking about. This is what I truly feared. So we set up the Aegis Reflector. We roll. You can bounce the opponent off the Aegis Reflector, but just watch what Caitlyn does. Does the axe kick, brings Warwick back into the Reflector, hits again and uses another shield. We got 1 charge left on it. Another axe kick, bounces again, does another axe kick, and there was the entire time this is going on, there is a trap. There is an enticing trap on the bottom here. So we axe kick him into that, which perfectly sets up for our S1 super that we aim point blank at him. This scares me. It scares me so much. So I can definitely feel that Caitlyn's going to be more of a set play based zoner. Just from that, you know, Jinx is more aggressive. Teemo's based on his traps. And while Caitlyn still has traps and still has good aggression, it's mainly based on the set play that she's able to say up. Like, say if Alawi was a zoner, I feel like is what I'm getting from Caitlyn. But we get into this next segment with Jinx. Get a shot off from the record, you know, being able to roll, get the shot off, get another shot off, going into each other. Here's something interesting too. Enticing Trap is able to go through projectiles, as we see with the Gatling gun that Jinx is firing out. We're able to set up an Enticing Trap, and then, you know, right after it, I'm going to rewind a little bit. It's a little clearer. You know, set up the Enticing Trap. Does this. This is a Bola boost. She is able to use that to basically air dash. And yes, she can go into other specials off of that, which we'll see in a little bit. But with the Enticing Trap, oh, you couldn't see that as clearly because we did it after the fact. But yes, she shoots the Enticing Trap, which, as you can see here, ricochets off of it and goes in. This is Rekka off of the Enticing Trap. It is a trick shot that she's able to do. So I'm pretty sure it could just be with the Enticing Trap or maybe other elements too, but mainly with that. Doesn't jump in, being able to set up, flips you into the air. I imagine that was her launcher. Into the axe kick. Does the air shot into the Bola boost. She's able to jump in again and basically do the series all over again. And that's another thing too. I noticed this as a resident Vi main. I swear to you, last shot is the last stand assist is faster. Look at that. It goes way too fast. It was usually a lot slower whenever I played in 2XKO early access, but it looks like we might have buffed that. But either way, we can carry off of the axe kick into that, and here is her level 3. Switch into a different costume, getting a shot off, and the bullet just absolutely snipes. And then a little victory animation while she's sipping on some tea, because of course. And that is it. So I hope you all enjoyed. And with that, you all have a good one. Deuces.